Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we are back. We have plenty to talk about, so let's get right into it. Who watched Knock at the Cabin?
That would be me.
Yeah, what do you think?
It was fine. Like you said, it was fine. M. Night Shyamalan has an issue with, like, you know, when things are happening in the world and, like, he has to show you the things that are happening in the world. Like, when the guys, they come into the cabin and, like, the whole situation is, like, you have to sacrifice somebody or else some wash is going to happen. And they don't. And then he turns the TV on. And then, for some reason, within 5 seconds of them being like, no, I'm not going to do this, a catastrophe happens.
Right.
And it happens multiple times. I'm like, you're just pulling me out of the movie, my nigga. Like this, that's not how this works. That's not how time works. But yeah, and he does that in almost all his movies. It's weird.
Now, in fairness, overall, that's based on a book. So, like, that's not. I know,
really but if you're gonna do that, we should get some form of. I don't know how I would have done it. Don't show it, or like wait 5 minutes. Let some time pass before the catastrophe happens because
I see what you're saying. They're too tight to when someone says something.
Right. He says this is like, yo, you have to do this, and they're like, no, go fuck yourself. And then within like 30 seconds, they like turn the TV on. No time has passed between when they say you got to do this, they say no, and then the thing happens. It just happens, and I'm like, so the news was just like, obviously this happened before they said no.
Right.
So that took me out of the movie, but it was fine. I really like Bautista in him.
I was going to ask you, what did you think of his performance?
Yeah, he was pretty good. He was like incredibly exasperated through the entire movie. He's like, I don't want to do this, but if we don't do this, this is going to happen. Please don't make me do this. And he conveyed that very well. Like, Bautista's going to be, if he continues on, he's going to be a pretty solid actor. Like he's already is, but like, yeah, I like him as an actor.
Yeah.
And look, I like he wants to act and not like run around with big white monkeys.
Yeah, all the time. Well, you know, maybe he just wants to hang out with a grooving gorilla. I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting. I did think his performance was pretty good. There was a trailer that came out. Apparently, this came out last year. It wasn't on my radar. That movie, The Independent. I don't know if you saw the trailer for that. It's like a political, I wouldn't say thriller necessarily, but sort of like a political mystery of sorts. But Cena's in it, and he's like playing this senator, and it's like a very serious. Like Brian Cox is in it. Like it's not a goofball.
John Cena.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. It's called The Independent, right? He's the independent senator who is running for president against like a Democrat and a Republican. And then there's like some embezzlement that's happening. It's like a wildly serious movie. And I was like, okay, all right, I want to watch it. Like, but Cena comes off in the trailer like pretty good. Like actually like quite well. Yeah.
Like it's
it's on Peacock. Yeah, it's on Peacock.
Oh. I've never even heard of it.
No, I saw that somebody posted a trailer and then I looked it up. I was like, oh, when does that come out? It was like November of 2022. I was like, all right. So I want to check it out. But yeah, look, I think maybe the days of like The Marine and other like shitty projects for wrestlers, like maybe this sort of era of wrestlers, like there's a couple of them that actually could turn out to be like quite good actors. Like, you know, not just like okay for a big henchman, but you know, actually doing quite well.
I mean, it's a natural, you know,
15 years in the WWE. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's all acting. Right.
Right. Like it's acting in front of a live crowd. You're essentially, like the Tonys for dummies. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Did you notice, by the way, it set out at me very largely when watching Knock at the Cabin. The very first time you meet Bautista's character, he reaches down to shake this little girl's hand. His hands are all tatted up because they're his actual tattoos, and he's got the Spectre tattoo because he like on one of his ring fingers, like because he gets a tattoo on like all of his major movies, I guess. But he had the Spectre. He has the Spectre logo. I was like, nerd. You fucking nerd. He's got like a Superman logo at one point and stuff like that. But I was like, oh, that's kind of cool though.
And it was
like,
funny that they had a ton of forced perspective shots on Batista. I'm like, yo, the nigga's already huge.
Yeah, you don't really need to push
you
it.
don't need to make him look like he's 9 feet tall. He's gigantic.
Yeah.
Like, knock it off.
Especially compared to anybody else.
I liked it, but like M. Night, right? Like next to Jonathan Groff. Come on,
Yeah, right?
Like no, it's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought it's a good folding laundry movie in my opinion. Like I enjoyed it for that. All right, let's jump into topics. Micah, take it away.
Vision Quest is a new Disney Plus show, and it is going to begin shooting next year. It's the Vision Disney Plus Marvel TV show. Following persistent rumors, we got confirmation that the WandaVision spinoff focusing on Vision was in development. We finally have word on when the show is expected to enter production. Yeah, next year. Or
all right.
Next year. All right. Look, that's fine. Vision's cool. Look, I don't know if it's on here because I'm not I don't prepare, but Marvel and Disney have said that they are going to slow down the output of all of their Marvel and Star Wars stuff.
Good.
I am perfectly fine with that. As much as I enjoy these movies, I don't need 3 of them a year.
No.
Along with 2 TV series.
Sometimes it's 3 TV series. Like, what was it last year? Didn't they have The Mandalorian, The Bad Batch, like fucking WandaVision? Like, they had like 3 or 4 different series, or Hawkeye and all this other shit. They had like 3 or 4 series and then like 3 movies. I mean, that's a lot. That's the shit.
Yeah, man. It's a bit
problem.
Right. Like I don't think we're at the bubble yet, but like this is how you get to it. Sure. You know what I mean? Like
a lot of people didn't like Ant-Man.
I mean, a lot of people didn't like Ant-Man because Ant-Man is not great. It's not.
It's not. It's fine. It's not great.
If it was really good, nobody would be saying anything. But it's not a movie that's like, this is the start of Phase 5. Get ready, and it's like, I'm ready, and it's just like, wow, Jonathan Majors was really good in this Ant-Man movie.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, it's not bad. Like, you know, people have taken this, like, if it's not Winter Soldier, then it's bad. Like, come on, guys, relax. It's fine. Like, it's fine. You'd be like, all right, that was fine. I really like this. I didn't like this so much. I like this part or this part. But, like, it's fine. It's an average blockbuster is what it is. Like, that's all it is. It's a very average blockbuster. And it'll probably do slightly above average numbers because it's Marvel. But, yeah, that's fine.
With some
you want to know what I noticed? Wakanda Forever came out a couple weeks ago, right? On Disney Plus?
Yes.
Yeah.
But no fanfare.
Yeah,
I mean, even like a couple weeks after Wakanda Forever came out, it just kind of came and went. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look, here's the thing, and I think this really does matter. I think it matters that people aren't fully back at theaters. I still think that matters. Like, that experience, it's like seeing a Fast and the Furious movie. If you watched all of those movies at home, there'd be no reason for people to be excited. But it's the theater experience of watching those dumb fuck movies with everybody else and just enjoying the sort of like craziness of it, right? Like that's a part of it. There's a part of like the Marvel movies that is a theater experience. Like it just is. People get hyped because other people are hyped. You're all hyped together. You see Cap pick up Mjolnir. Everybody goes crazy. Like all of that shit plays into the excitement. And then there's another aspect, which I think people don't realize, and the people who think they're not doing this are doing this, is the people who shit all over everything that any comic book movie does on social media. You guys are inundated with this shit. Like, all they do is, oh, it's terrible, it's terrible, it's terrible, it's terrible, until they try to convince more people it's terrible, and then everybody else keeps repeating the same thing because most people are lemmings, and then everybody convinces themselves that they don't like anything. Like, that's what it is. Like, go look up any Marvel shit on, like, TikTok. All of it is garbage. All of it's garbage. And none of it's ever been good now. None of it's ever been good. These movies have made billions of dollars. No one ever saw these movies. Like, but they're trying to convince themselves.
Like Harry Potter anymore.
Right, exactly. You motherfuckers read those books 1,000 times, saw the movies 400 times, but not a fan anymore. Because
she got lucky.
She got lucky that we kept reading and watching her shit. Okay, that seems like an odd take, but like that, it's the same thing. It's like this dire need to seem cooler than you are by just shitting on a thing that is popular. And that's not to say Ant-Man is a perfect movie. It's not.
It's part of it is the dude I told you mentality.
What kind of an asshole would be like that?
People want to say, oh, it's falling off, so that when it does, they can be like, dude, I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when is that going to happen?
See, the difference between me and those people is I say things very specifically. I am not a generality bullshit dude. I told you. I'm a specific dude. I told you.
I will give you that.
I'll give you the details.
When you do a dude, I told you you did tell us. Like it is not. But the sun gonna come up tomorrow. Dude, I told you. Like,
yeah, like you're not winning any contests. You can't just be like, that movie's gonna make between $400 and $700 million. Dude, I told you. Like, come on, that's not like that doesn't count. No, you got to nail something specifically. So,
and you also have to be able to admit when you're fucking wrong.
Exactly.
People also they don't do that either.
Oh hell no.
Like, we don't think people are gonna go see fucking Avatar 2. We were wrong as fuck.
Yeah.
Like that should be $2.1 billion.
Yeah, dude.
Like, good lord,
dude. We told you how wrong we were every week.
Right. Right. I gotta
and look,
that one. Shit.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like, it's okay that's a sign of being mature, is being able to admit that you're wrong about something, and then throwing the times you are correct into people's faces. That's the point of being an adult. But yeah, look, Vision Quest, that's fine. I'm interested. There's rumor that that Wanda will show up. I'm interested, considering, like, is she dead? Is it a flashback? Like, how is that going to work? Like, I don't know. I feel like you kind of need her to deal with Kang, because who the fuck else gonna do it? Just a black dude with a shield? This is not gonna work out. Backup.
He ain't got super strength for nothing. He just know how to throw the frisbee now. Nah, right, bro.
Nah.
You better get them guns that you had.
Back in the first movie.
In Winter Soldier.
Yeah, you need all the help you can get. A couple of electric birds ain't gonna help you either. You better bring back Wanda. Y'all need help. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with Vision Quest. Like Tom King's run, where he's got like the synthesoid wife and kids and everything else. It'd be interesting if they did something like that. Like, so who knows? It'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, they can literally do anything, right? Like the MCU has introduced all these concepts of like alternate realities and different versions of people that they kind of have given themselves a way out of any predicament, but at the same time, like, I don't like that. Like, that way you don't have to think about it. And right. I would prefer that, a story be brought about where people are actually thinking about issues and problems that are in the MCU, other than just, well, it's a variant, so it's all
life
good
model
now.
Decoy,
right? Doombot, right?
Like, Doombot. Come on, that's such a bullshit cop out.
Look, it is, yo. It's a bullshit cop out. Like, I get it. Like, anyway, more Marvel news speculation. Sources tell Deadline that Steven Yeun is set to join the Thunderbolts in a part that is not only significant to the film, but could also play a role going forward in future Marvel films. Nobody really knows what the role is yet. He will be part of an ensemble cast, including Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, Sebastian Stan as the Winter Soldier, David Harbour as the Red Guardian, Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, Wyatt Russell as U.S. agent, and Hannah John Kamen as Ghost, and Olga Kurylenko. That is a name that I have not heard since my GoldenEye days. Was she in GoldenEye? No, she was in...
I don't think so.
No, she wasn't in GoldenEye. She was in... I was thinking of Boris Grishenko. That is not Olga Kurylenko. She was in Quantum of Solace, I believe. Olga Kurylenko.
I saw her in a movie called High Heat a couple of weeks ago.
Any good?
She played a chef, and a bunch of people were trying to burn her restaurant down, and she was beating the shit out of these dudes. It was pretty terrible, honestly.
Oh.
It was pretty terrible. Okay, well, there you go. God damn.
Don Johnson was in it also.
Don Johnson.
Johnson.
Was it Don Johnson?
Whoa. Olga Kurylenko's filmography is not that great. Quantum of Solace. Oblivion. She was in Oblivion? Tom Cruise. Hitman. You remember Hitman with Timothy Oliphant?
Oh,
yeah, I do.
They've never been able to nail that property. Oof.
You know
Real
why?
bad.
Because that property is not story driven, right?
No, it's mission driven.
Yeah, and it's literally the most generic character ever. Like, he's so generic, he's unique in his genericness. It's a bald, pale-skinned man.
They don't even show. They barely show this dude from his face. It's just the back of his head. Like, shoot.
His one distinguishing feature is
he
a
was
tattoo.
also in that movie.
Who?
Diamond Dallas Page was in that movie.
All right.
The yoga guy?
That is correct.
Mr. DDP Yoga himself.
Apparently, his yoga was very good. It is.
Yeah, no. Apparently, it is really good. That's what
Apparently, it's saving the lives of wrestlers,
right?
Who would have died without
it. It gave Scott Hall a few more years before he unfortunately passed. Yeah, he's saving niggas' lives, and we're making fun of him.
Yeah,
DDP Yoga.
Kid.
Any guesses as to who he could be?
No. At this point, he could be anybody. Now that Marvel, they don't mind blind casting. You know what I mean? They don't mind race bending characters. They don't mind changing things.
Sure.
So he could literally be anyone. And I don't read comics, so I don't know shit.
I'm gonna go with making him an otherwise Asian character. Amadeus Cho. Why not? Give you another Hulk.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Right? Because Amadeus
that team needs a Hulk, right?
Yeah. Well, you could do. It's possible they could do Agents of Atlas, right? Which is all South East Asian team. Yeah. I mean, look, Jimmy Woo was already there, right? Like he's the leader of Agents of Atlas. That'd be kind of fun. Amadeus Cho's mother was in Iron Man 3, I believe, right?
No, she was in Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron, right? So with I think she mentioned that she has a child, right? You could just age him up because the blip, and boom, there you go. You got yourself a Steven Yeun situation. So I don't know, it could work.
You know how much? How old is he supposed to be?
Whatever.
It don't matter.
I mean, Steven Yeun is like mad older than Amadeus Cho is, but whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, he don't look 40. He Asian. He don't look 40. He don't look 40.
He good.
He Asian. He gonna look like that for at least another 30 years.
Yeah, he's good. He's fine. And then he's gonna fall off a cliff. And then age-wise, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Oh, he's 39. Okay.
He's gonna look like that for 30 years, and then he'll look like David Lopan from Big Trouble in Little China immediately after that. I have a David Lopan T-shirt, and it's so ridiculous. I find it offensive even after I bought it. I'm like, can I really rock this? Like, this is a wild Asian stereotype. Like, this character is crazy. Although I love David Lopan, but it is a bit offensive. Yeah. Look, Steven Yeun joining the MCU. That's great. It'll be interesting to see what they do. So, all right, guys, having a bit of a renaissance after The Walking Dead. Oof.
Yeah, he was in Minari. That was, he got nominated for an Oscar for that movie, man.
Yeah, and he's also the voice of Invincible.
He was in Nope.
Yeah, that's right.
He suffered some traumatic shit, and like most people who have trauma, they try to profit off it, and fucking they don't know how to handle it.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
I can't continue playing. Yikes.
That was a mistake. Yeah. So all right, Steven Yeun, he's everywhere now, so that's good. Good for him.
Shazam. Fear of the Gods is about to be released for in cinemas. Shazam! Fury of the Gods is tracking for a low-key domestic.
Let that be the last time, please. For the love of God.
You got to do it in threes, man. You got to do it in threes.
That's true.
That's the rule of comedy.
Yeah, rule of threes, and then you do it one more time, fuck it up, and then come back.
Add five.
It's not funny, and then it comes back, right?
It's tracking for a low key domestic debut of $35 million to $40 million, according to first projections.
That's not
that's not good.
This shit opens next month.
Yeah, it's gonna have.
Oh, is it that soon?
Yikes! God, I didn't. March 17th. Man. Wow. Yeah, didn't I say like this shit didn't look all that great?
Yeah, you were like, people don't seem that excited about this.
Nah, I don't think it's going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, this is unfortunate.
And I mean, look, do good overseas either.
Oh, I don't think so.
It gives a
no. And look, I mean, part of it is because the DC Studios is being rebuilt, right? So that's going to take away quite a bit from it. So.
Plus, didn't Zachary Levi do something like something fucked up or something like that?
Yeah, he came out as like basically kind of like an anti-vaxxer type of shit.
Oh yeah, someone posted something about one of those goddamn companies. Which one? What are the main pharmaceutical
Pfizer and
was it Pfizer
and Moderna?
And
it's like
Moderna
or Pfizer. It's like Pfizer's like evil, aren't they? And he said they sure are. That's what he said.
People are like
100%. That was his response.
Probably should keep your fucking mouth shut, dude.
Anti-vaxxer ass nigga, like, yeah, stop, don't say nothing,
just delete your Twitter account,
Yeah, Pfizer is full of shit, like they are. But all of these fucking companies, they're pretty goddamn terrible,
Yeah, they're corporations, guys. All corporations are terrible.
Yeah,
that's kind of their whole job. Is to be terrible.
Yeah. So like they could have took it that way. Like, yeah, no, this is a corporation. They're full of shit. They're terrible people. But like this person was speaking specifically about the vaccine. I think they didn't even say anything about the vaccine in their Twitter, in that tweet. But it's Twitter, so you can't say shit.
He's a libertarian, you guys.
He's what?
He's a libertarian.
Oh,
well, then he was 100% talking about the vaccine. Never mind. Let me shut the fuck up.
Political views from a 13-year-old. Congratulations.
There you go. I was wrong. Again, see, I can admit when I was wrong. Yeah. Moving along.
Nothing saddens me more than to hear an adult person claim to be a libertarian. That's the dumbest shit of all time. So stupid. We don't even need seatbelts. And maybe we can let Walmart build the roads Shut up, yo. Shut up. What could go wrong? Come on, man. God damn.
Oh man, that is
shit.
funny.
Well,
So
I don't even
Fury,
I think it's because it just doesn't look very good. Like,
oh
that's
no,
what it's
I don't think his political idiocy is affecting this at all. Now I will say this. Interestingly enough, Ant-Man made $106 million across 3 days on its opening weekend. So domestically, so that should give you an idea of how well this is going to do in comparison. So
yeah,
that's the
one. Ant-Man is terrible.
Yeah, everybody told me Shazam was just like, yo, it's
I
amazing.
really like the first.
No, the first one is a good movie.
No,
This one,
it's fun.
Shouldn't the second one be even better? It's got an Oscar winner in it, right?
and
Wait, who's
isn't there? Aren't there Oscar winners? And is there an Oscar winner in Ant-Man Quantumania?
I don't think so.
Douglas won an Oscar?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
Oh, maybe.
yeah, I'll have to look it up. But there's a lot of great actors in it. That does not equal the top quality. So
That movie runs the gamut of actors, yo. Like that movie has Helen Mirren and Megan Good in it. And look, I'm not saying Megan Good is a bad.
Come on, yo, don't do that.
I'm not saying she's a bad actor. I'm not. I'm just saying that movie has Helen Mirren in it.
All right, Helen Mirren is also in Fast 9.
Right. Come on.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. And that has
movie has
Tyrese.
4 Academy
Oscar winners. 4 Oscar winners.
4. What the fuck are we doing? That's insane.
You really can't shit on the Fast and the Furious movie if those have literally gotten 4 Oscar winners in one movie. Is that the most
so
Oscar
crazy.
winners in a single movie? Like that would be an interesting thing to find out.
Oh,
What about that movie that's coming out on Apple TV? How many?
Oh
of those
yeah,
actors have won
no,
Oscars?
that's a series.
Stacked.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
series.
it's a
but
series?
I think so. I
Okay.
think it's a series.
yeah, they're gonna beat that shit into you. They need hours to beat the fact that climate change is real. And so yeah, Shazam, go see it or don't. I'm not because I didn't see the first, and I don't want to get lost.
Lost. Oh yeah, I'm sure you won't be able to pick it up.
Sad news. This upcoming season of Succession will be its last. The creator and showrunner Jesse Armstrong revealed that the upcoming 4th season will indeed be the final run on the Warner Brothers Discovery-backed premium cable network, telling the New Yorker that, quote, "There's a promise in the title of Succession. I've never thought this could go on forever. The end has always been kind of present in my mind. From season 2, I've been trying to think, is this the next one or the one after that? I got together with a few of my fellow writers before we started writing this season in about November or December of 2021. I said, look, I think maybe this should be it. What do you think? And we played out various scenarios. Basically, it's ending. Look, man, Succession is one of the most entertaining shows I've ever seen on HBO. It really is. It is, I described it when I was trying to convince Jay to watch it. I described it as Game of Thrones, but in the corporate world. And it's a show that is so good that an actual wrestling corporation tried their damnedest to outdo it in real life.
That's really funny. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, yeah. Vince McMahon was like, "I got the blueprint. Got it."
It's like that's good shit. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm gonna miss it. I'll miss it. It's not even out yet, but I'm gonna miss it. It comes out next month, man. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to my wife finding out that it's going to be the last, because then she's going to do some over dramatic, like. All right. It doesn't require a gasp.
Oh, fuck. Come on. No, it does not. No, it does not. Look,
TV show about
I'm of two minds about this. I am happy it's coming back, and I'm sad that it's leaving. But I am also happy again that it is leaving, because then that eliminates any excuses for Micah to not watch HBO's The Industry, which I have been telling him about as long as he's been telling me about Succession. So now you can get on it and watch that show.
I was trying to find The Industry, but I couldn't find the.
It's on HBO Max. You fucking.
I found
asshole.
I found a show called Industry, but I couldn't find a show called The Industry.
Oh, so you didn't watch it?
Is
You
it
didn't watch it?
Is it the same thing? Is it the
Is
same
there a
thing?
black woman in it?
The Industry?
Is there a black woman in it?
There's a black woman in the show. There's a black woman in the show called Industry, not The Industry.
Well, then that's the
I'm
one.
making fun of the fact. I'm making fun of the fact that you're getting the goddamn title of the thing you want me to watch.
It doesn't
wrong.
No, it doesn't matter. Just watch the goddamn show. You have no more excuses after this season of Succession.
All right. Well, The Succession is about to end.
Yeah.
So go do a rewatch, everybody. Watch The Succession.
I assume that The Succession will end, and there will be a secession at the end. Or not, and Brian Cox will just kill the other characters, which is also fine. By the way, the answer to the question of the movie with the most Oscar winners in it, Avengers Endgame. Brie Larson, Gwyneth Paltrow, Tilda Swinton, Natalie Portman, John Hurt, Robert Redford. Well, I guess they're really naming the MCU, because not all of these characters actually in Endgame. But
I'm about to say, what the fuck?
Yeah, but there's mad Oscar winners.
In the MCU.
No,
10 Oscar winners and 7 nominees.
I think they're counting like flashbacks and from the time heist. So and a physical appearance.
Yeah, actually you're right. So it's actually but it's 10 Oscar winners and 7 nominees. Brie Larson, Gwyneth Paltrow, Tilda Swinton, Natalie Portman, John Hurt, Robert Redford, Marissa Tomei, Michael Douglas. Those are the winners. So Michael Douglas is in fact a Oscar winner.
He won for
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Yeah. Oscar nominees: Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo. Actually, Robert Downey Jr. has an Oscar for Chaplin.
He won for that?
I thought he did win for that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's what he was nominated for. Mark Ruffalo, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, Benedict Cumberbatch, Angela Bassett, Bradley Cooper, Josh Brolin, and Michelle Pfeiffer. So there you go. Nothing beats that.
It's fucking nuts.
So it's Endgame. The Poseidon Adventure has 5, and then Fast 9 or Fast 10 has 4. So there you go. Fast 10 in the Poseidon Adventure. Basically, that's it.
I'm gonna need for Fast 10 2. I'm gonna need all these Oscar winners to show up. I'm gonna need a bunch of Oscar winners to show up. I want that movie. I want that franchise to end with that little nugget of trivia that it is the movie with the most Oscar winners in it. Just to show people that like everybody likes dumb movies too. Even pretentious like movie people like dumb movies too.
Yeah, they like getting paid and having fun, dude. Like, I don't want to hear anything from anybody. Yo, Robert Redford founded Sundance, and he was in The Winter Soldier. Like, who are you mad at? Like, what the fuck? Redford is one of the most revered actors of all time, and he was like, oh shit, can I be in a Captain America movie? Yeah, all right. That sounds awesome. Like, fuck it. Yeah, why not? Yeah, but I am bummed about this Succession news. That sucks. I was hoping we'd get at least one more.
Michael Douglas also produced One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, co-produced it.
Oh, interesting. I don't know.
So he's got an Oscar for that because that won Best Picture in '76.
Nice, good for him. Next up, another Hellboy reboot is on its way. Did you guys see that last Hellboy with David Harbour?
David Harbour? No, I didn't.
I saw it. I saw it in theaters.
How was it?
Another Hellboy reboot is on its way. Look, I didn't like the way
David Harbour looked as Hellboy.
It was a little weird. Admittedly, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the look. I definitely preferred Ron Perlman's look over his.
You know what's funny? David Harbour's look reminded me of Ron Perlman from Beauty and the Beast. Like, yo, what? Like this is like, what did they do to Ron Perlman?
Which way are we going on this? You watched the wrong. The wrong Perlman product. Yeah, look, I think Hellboy is just going to be hard to do. I think it's a very weird property, like comic wise, not bad, just weird. I just don't think maybe it's for mainstream audiences. I think it would work better as a series. I really do. I think it would be far better as a series. I think you could reduce the budget, make it a Monster of the Weeks type stories, and do it that way. I think would work far better. When this likely fails, that's probably what they'll do in a couple of years. But that's what I would do. Millennium Media has revealed the plot and production details of the upcoming Hellboy reboot at EFM in Berlin. Brian Taylor will be directing the film. That would be Brian Taylor of Neville, Dean and Taylor. Okay. I just realized that. Right. It's not a good idea, dude.
It's going to get the Ghost Rider treatment. Hellboy is about to get the Ghost Rider treatment, guys. Hellboy is about to piss
Spirit
fire.
Of Vengeance one?
Yeah. He's about
to that's Neville, Dean and Taylor too.
Spirit of Vengeance Ghost Rider.
Look, in fairness to Spirit of Vengeance, not a good movie, some pretty fun effects. Yeah. Some of the effects were actually pretty good. If you had combined their visual effects with a good story, I still think, I think they were kind of like second unit or like stunt directors originally. Those guys, if you put them with,
Cranked.
Yeah, but they straight up directed Crank. Weren't. They were totally in charge of that. But I think if you put them up with a good director and good writing, I think they could make something really fun. Because their wacky style is perfect for comic book movies and shit like that. Regular, like in the talky parts, no. But Brian Taylor from Cranked will be directing the new film, whose title is confirmed: Hellboy: The Crooked Man. And it'll start shooting next month in Bulgaria. Wow, they're really not wasting any time. Crucially for fans, Hellboy? What's that?
Who's playing Hellboy?
They don't know yet. They haven't announced yet. Crucially for fans, and for the first time in the franchise, Mike Mignola, the creator of the comic, has penned the script alongside his Dark Horse Comics collaborator Chris Golden. The story will, quote, expand Hellboy's world through one of the most beloved issues of the comic series. There is a comic series directly called Hellboy: The Crooked Man, which debuted in July of 2008 to correspond with the cinema release of Hellboy 2: The Golden Army. The new film will see Hellboy and a rookie BPRD agent stranded in 1950s rural Appalachia. There they will discover a small community haunted by witches, led by a local devil with a troubling connection to Hellboy's past, the Crooked Man. Okay. I'm not a huge Hellboy person. I've read a couple of Hellboy comics. They're fine. I like them enough. But I don't know if this is going to work. I really don't. I'm amazed that they're trying to reboot this for the third time. So, okay. They're really trying to
of all the properties to kind of have a third at bat.
Right. Okay.
I didn't think Hellboy would be one, but
R.I.P.D. got a sequel, so
we got 3 Hellboys coming up and 1 Spawn.
That's a little weird.
It just feels odd to me, but
yeah,
whatever.
I'll see it. I don't know that I'm going to rush out to see it in the theaters, but I'll see it. I feel like this is that's a prime streaming situation for me.
I'll see it if it looks good.
We'll see what which Ron Perlman character this Hellboy looks like. Warner Brothers to produce several new Lord of the Rings films. Okay. Best of luck.
They not just that fucking book series in movie form already?
Yeah.
Or they're just doing their own thing at this point?
They're digging deeper into the lore. Okay.
I've never watched or finished the Lord of the Rings movie. I tried. I think I've been saying that for the last 12 years. I don't care.
Here's the thing. I really enjoy Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings movies. I think they're very good. I do think they're overly long, but they're incredibly detailed, considering the books are incredibly detailed. So I get it. The Hobbit movies were fucking terrible. They were just really, really bad. But I like the original Lord of the Rings movies. Those were fun. I watched some of the Amazon series. It was very well done. I just needed to kind of get back into it. I just kind of fell off because there's a ton of other things. But it was really well done. I don't know that this is necessary. And I feel like Warner Brothers is trying to see how much money they can squeeze out of this the franchise. I don't know that it really makes sense to even go back and do this.
I mean, I'm not mad at them. They spent a ton of money on it, right? Like, if you have this franchise, you're gonna do something with it. And for some reason, people don't like to go back and watch movies, right? Like, even though movies exist, like, they don't like to go back, right? Like, people nowadays don't. If it came out before they were born, it doesn't exist. So
yeah, that's another thing that young people get my fucking nerves about.
Yeah. So
shit don't exist if they weren't there to see it.
Right. So it makes sense to me why they would be doing this. But look, I hope people who like this are happy with it. And if they're not, it's probably because they're like a black elf or some shit. But
oh yeah, people were super mad about that shit.
Wait, wasn't that on Amazon?
Yeah, it rings.
Did they pick? So did Warner Brothers pick it up, or
no?
Or so Warner Brothers property it was just
So how Lord of the Rings seems to work is you license from the Tolkien estate, right? And the Tolkien estate is like, yes or no, we'll let you do this or whatever. Amazon had a deal with the Tolkien estate on its own. It's a hard stop at 5 seasons on Rings of Power.
Okay.
But I think Warner Brothers has a deal with the Tolkien estate for films. And I guess that contract is still open, so they can still make more films. And how it seems to work is the Tolkien estate gets to say, like, yay or nay on you making this shit. Like, we might have a contract that you could do something, but like, we got to give you the okay on that. So, I mean, they wield a shit ton of power there, but I mean, look at those Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit movies together. I think all 6 of those movies made like just under $6 billion, which is fucking crazy. Like, they were all mega hits, all of them. And I think maybe the first one was the one that did the worst because people were like, "Is this gonna be good?" And then it turned out like, yeah, they really liked it, and then it was fucking off to the races. Like that franchise is really kind of cool to see. It was really great to see in theaters. Just because, like, I never read the books. And so I was like, oh, like, I actually was interested to see how that story unfolded. And it was really well told. So I get the love for the franchise and the love for the books. But those Hobbit movies were trash. Those were fucking bad. It was like Peter Jackson just did not give a fuck. He's just like, I don't know. Put these little short niggas up there. Like, who cares? Like, it was wild. So, yeah. Okay, cool. I don't need it, but we'll see. Next up, bloated piece of shit Harvey Weinstein, sentenced to 16 years behind bars in the LA rape case. Producer tells court he is innocent. Listen.
Sucks to be you, bro.
No, it doesn't. Go to jail. Die in prison, you fucking garbage person. Harvey Weinstein was sentenced on Thursday in downtown LA to 16 years in prison for rape and other sex crimes, with the already incarcerated former producer in attendance at the courtroom. The somewhat delayed ruling by Judge Lisa B. Lynch is in addition to the 23 years the much accused Weinstein was sentenced to by the Manhattan judge in March of 2020 for other rape and other sex crimes. You gonna die in jail. So good.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good. That's awesome. Fuck him.
That's kind of funny. What is it? 39 years?
36 years.
36.
Yeah. Best of luck.
Is it?
I thought it was 12.
No.
Did he say 20 years?
I don't wish you luck at all.
39.
Oh, is it 23 years?
16 plus 23 is what?
Oh, I thought it was 20. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look, good. I hope he lives all the way through. I hope they keep him alive on a fucking ventilator the whole 39 years. I'm willing to help pay extra taxes to keep his ass alive for 39 years, and then you die. Fuck you.
Yeah. Let him walk to the gate, right? And then just up and die right before he crosses it.
Yep, exactly. and as a clip I saw from was it David Cross? Hey, it's okay to wish somebody dead because wishes are meaningless. So it's fine. It's okay.
You know who else got sentenced to 20 years?
Yeah,
today?
R. Kelly.
Or like yesterday, R. Kelly.
Yeah,
but he's only getting one extra year because it's a concurrent or something, which is weird. I'm like, all right, why don't you just...
It was concurrent. It was concurrent. Good.
So he's got 31 years instead of 30. Like,
okay.
All right.
Hey, works for me. Again, another one. You dying in prison is not a loss to anybody. That's fine. All right.
Funny. And I saw someone say, are they going to cancel Weinstein? I'm like, the nigga's in jail for 39 years. What the fuck else do you want?
Cancel Weinstein? They destroyed his company.
He's quite literally been canceled.
From society, yo. From
society. You niggas just don't pay attention, do you?
To nothing. You don't pay attention.
Christ.
Yo, that's racist, isn't it? Like that's just racist, right? Like, well, what about this white man? Y'all ain't canceling it? Yeah, nigga, they are.
Like, this nigga got 30 years in prison.
Look. If anything, he's the ultimate case of the Me Too movement. He was the biggest fish they caught, dude. Like, they were like, you going to jail forever. Like, that's it for you.
Right.
Like, the fact that they got Harvey Weinstein and convicted him is amazing, dude, considering the amount of money and power and influence he had. That's amazing.
He was like the most power. He has like the most Oscars out of any producer, in Hollywood ever.
Yeah, dude, he was an incredibly powerful
amount of power. And that nigga's doing 40 years in prison. He's not canceled? Like, what? That's the true definition of being canceled, and his company is gone.
Yeah. Like, his legacy, everything all of it is tainted and destroyed.
I guess it's just irritating, you know.
Like, they literally destroyed the company with his name on it, yo.
Right there, like, rip it up. Oh, is this the masthead for the Weinstein Corporation? Get the fuck out of here. Start another company. We'll tear that shit up too. Yeah, yo, he's in jail for 39 years. Yo. It's a wrap for him.
And he's
quite frankly, 39 feels kind of light, yo.
Yeah, I would have hit him with one of those ridiculous ones, like 273 years. Like, who cares? Like, who gives a fuck?
Like, he's gonna die there anyway. Who gives a fuck?
Right. He's not 16.
Like life plus 4.
All right. Like, you gotta set examples, yo. Like, and I mean, I don't know, man.
He's 70. If he gets out of jail, he's going to be 109 years old.
Yo, what if he lived that long, yo? What if he did? That's crazy. He'd be like...
That would be great, but
I'm back, yo.
He'd be in a fucking...
Like, anybody want to make a movie?
He already looks like shit.
Oh,
he's going to be dead within 10 years. He looks like trash.
Oh, I give it less than 10. I give it less than 10.
Yo, he looks like Steve Bannon's older brother or some shit, you know?
Yeah, he does.
You know, look, and when I say older brother, I don't mean that much older. You know what I'm saying?
No, 6-7 months tops. Steve Bannon looks like he stinks. That shit is crazy. I've never been able to smell someone through a JPEG.
No, man, you're probably right. Steve Bannon is 69, and what's his name is fucking 70. Harvey Weinstein is 70.
Oh man,
Damn, they like. It really is. It really might be 6 months. Well, they both look like they stink through JPEG, so whatever. They do. All right, let's get into What the Fuck, brought to you by JTD from the Edit That Out podcast.
A remote community in this place near a desert recently experienced its fourth rain of fish in the last 50 years. They say lightning never strikes twice in the same place, but apparently the same cannot be said about raining fish. In this town, in this territory, sees very little to no rain, but somehow it has experienced no less than 4 fish rains in the last half century. One in 1974, another in 2004, and again in 2010, and last Sunday. Although the nearest fish-containing body of water is many miles away, locals swear that live fish started falling from the sky due to a powerful storm, and they have photos to back up these claims. 2 questions. 1, where does this take place? And 2, why does God hate it?
If a place starts raining animals, it's got to be Australia.
That's a good point. I can't beat that answer. No, that's
of course it's Australia.
Yeah, okay. I can't beat that answer. No, that's good.
That's insane.
Yeah, no, that makes all the sense in the world. That's some Watchmen shit where the squid are falling out of the sky. Like, no.
Right. You said desert though, so I was like, wait, what? But I'm like, it's still animals or insects or whatever just falling out of the sky. It's got to be fucking Australia.
Of course.
So like maybe a tornado or something.
Maybe nobody really knows. But there are people taking pictures of the fish that fell on the ground, and
that's wild.
Okay, that is wild stuff. Yeah, and they're not like huge fish. Because it was a prison.
Yeah. They didn't even have walls. No walls, no chains. They just dropped your ass off on an island and then turned the boat around. Nah, go ahead. Best of luck.
Like it was like the British were like, we got to get these motherfuckers all the way away from us. Like, let's put them on this far away island that takes a whole ass day to get there.
Yep. This
should be far enough.
No. Back then, a lot longer than a day to sail to Australia. Like, it would be
well, you know what I mean, from a time zone perspective. But yes,
that's true. Yeah, it's like we got to sail for a month and a half to get your ass there. I hope you'll make it. Now go. There's a boat of criminals, a boat of Chris Hemsworths. Get out of here. All right, Terrence, you're up.
Are there any black Australians?
Aborigines.
Yeah, Aborigines.
Okay. I've never seen one.
You've never seen an Aborigine? You've never seen the documentary Crocodile Dundee? That's very weird to me. It's a real movie, guys.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, whoever's laughing right now as you listen to this, don't act like you knew jack shit about Australia before you watched Crocodile Dundee as a kid. Don't sit there and lie. If you were born in the 1980s, don't do that. Everything you know about Australia comes from, what was that guy's name? Paul Hogan?
Paul Hogan. Oh, my God. This vibrating smart pill could be the future of constipation treatment.
Oh, I heard about this.
What?
I have not. Vibrant is a smart ingestible capsule that vibrates inside your intestines. I think I did make, but I didn't know where. Intestines to mechanically stimulate the colon and increase the frequency of bowel movements without the use of drugs. No one really likes talking about it, but chronic constipation is a serious health issue of our time. Blah, 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 blah.
Of our time? It's a health issue of our time? Yo, slow down, yo. Come on. Of our time.
Is it because of age-related issues, questionable lifestyle choices, diet, or just bad genes? Constipation affects a large number of adults.
Questionable lifestyle choices? What the fuck?
Like,
Hold on,
it
yo.
seems-
We all know that lifestyle choices is code, right?
Right. Yeah, that's not
Right.
cool. That's not cool, yo. As you say that, that's not okay, yo. That's not okay. Who wrote this, yo? Is this the New York
It
Post?
seems a little fucked up. No, this was written by Spooky today.
Okay. Nah, yo, this is unacceptable
all
behavior.
right.
I didn't
Does he
get it.
dance too?
A little. Things like exercise and fiber-rich foods can help. Like, no, it's usually probably just diet that fucks up that.
Yeah. Eat
Or
more
some kind of
fiber.
illness. But for a significant number of people, they simply aren't viable options. What?
I don't.
Anyway. I feel like that's not true, but okay. Things like exercise, fiber-rich foods can help, but no, that's not. But for a significant number of people, they simply aren't viable options, unless you're like handy.
Fiber-rich foods aren't a viable option. Eat a pear, yo. Knock it off. Like that's not. Come on, yo. Stop.
Maybe
it.
they're allergic to fruit.
Yo, there's fiber in a lot of food, yo. Bread.
And look, they might be like what is that shit that you are? That's bullshit. What is that? What is it? What is it? You can't eat like
Like
gluten.
celiac? Like celiac? But that doesn't mean you can't have fiber. What the fuck? Like that's not a thing.
I don't know. Look, I don't know how fucking.
These people just want vibrators put inside their bodies on purpose.
I don't
Knock
know
it
how
off.
gluten allergies work. They simply aren't viable options. Chronic idiopathic constipation sufferers. Maybe that's an actual thing. CICS.
Celiac.
CIC? Chronic idiopathic constipation. Never heard of it. I guess that must be a thing. Sufferers struggle to find relief even with strong laxative therapies and eventually have to undergo uncomfortable medical procedures to clear their colon. Yikes. Never heard of that shit. Luckily, they now have a drug-free alternative in the form of a vibrating capsule.
So it just goes down and just starts fucking shaking shit up, and then like you poop.
Swallow it, and it just vibrates in your gut, and I guess it like loosens up the fucking.
How does it vibrate though? Like, is there a nanobot inside? Like, what's causing this shaking?
I'm trying to find out where the fuck this even takes place. Vibrant, a first of its kind. Maybe there's no place. It's just the story itself. No. A first of its kind therapy made by medical equipment manufacturer Vibrant Gastro is a vibrating capsule meant to be swallowed for 5 nights per week, right before bedtime. That sounds like a terrible idea. These smart pills must be activated before.
I can't go to sleep.
These smart pills must be activated before use with a pod that comes in the package and then swallowed immediately. They are pre-programmed to vibrate for 2 hours, then they turn off automatically for another 6 hours, and then start up again for another couple of hours.
So it's like it's tech. It's not like that's fucking weird, dude. That's weird, man.
Huh.
So how do you get it out?
I guess you take
plunger. A plunger?
Because it's a pill, so eventually, if it's just in there, it's going to go through your whole intestine and come out.
That's really fucking bizarre, man.
That's weird. The pill stimulates specialized nerve cells in the gut called mechanosensory cells. Ben Feldman, Chief Marketing Officer of Vibrant, blah, 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 blah. These help trigger peristalsis, the undulating muscle contractions that help squeeze food through the gut. The pre-programmed timing of the mechanical stimulation is thought to improve colonic motility by leveraging the body's biological clock. So yeah, you just swallow a vibrating pill and it vibrates all of the gunk out of your insides. Interesting.
That's fucking wild tech, actually. That's kind of amazing. It's amazing that it turns on for 2 hours and then turns off for 6 and then turns back on.
Like, how long is it supposed to be in there? Like, until you have a bowel movement? That's weird. The pills, which are made out of the same medical grade material as camera pills. Oh, okay. Used by gastroenterologists are treatment for chronic goddamn. In a small medical trial, about 40% of the patients who took the vibrating pill had an additional bowel movement compared to 23% of the people who were in the control group. And around 23% of the people who used Vibrant had 2 additional bowel movements compared to just about 12% of the people in the control group. So it works.
I guess it works, yeah. Vibrating pill make you go boom boom. So that's fucking wild, man.
Do you control it with an app? Because I'm on their website and they have this pill next to a phone.
Nah, yo, come on. Are you serious?
I'm on Vibrant's website, vibrantgastro.com.
This is very similar to the guy who lost his AirPod in like he swallowed it or whatever. It's like, it's right there. Turn it on. That's fucking wild, man. That is super wild.
Oh, it has an e-diary in that you can use with your phone. Okay. All right.
I feel like you should be able to turn it on like how I can heat my car from afar on my cell phone. Should have a tracking beacon. That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, so people are just gonna like shove this up their butts, right? Like,
inevitably.
Like they're not gonna use this for what it's for. You know? Like they're just gonna like, I gotta get through the day. I work at the United States Patent and Trademark Office. I gotta get through the day. And just slide that thing right up in there. And then when you're feeling down or whatever, like you just like, oh, hey, all right, I'm back to work. That felt great.
Yeah, right? I wonder, can you feel it at certain points, right? Like, that'd just be strange.
Yeah.
Interesting technology. My story is not about tech, but very weird. Nervous teenage boy faints when finding himself in a company of hundreds of girls.
Japan.
I was about to say Japan.
It's a pretty good
That's
guess.
my guess too. I don't look.
No, unfortunately, it is not.
Japan,
that is correct.
Okay, well, there
India.
you go.
Yeah, like it was bound to be one or two. Many young people experience some degree of anxiety when interacting with and even being close to members of the opposite sex. If you ain't got no game, but in some people, the feeling is so overwhelming that they simply pass out. Punk ass bitch. Case in point, a young man named Manish, a shy 17-year-old boy, was supposed to take his mathematics test at the end of last month. He never got the opportunity to do so as he lost consciousness after finding himself surrounded by around 500 girls in the exam hall. Bro, was shooting fish in a barrel. What are you doing?
I guess he's not very mannish, if you will.
No. that is in fact the first name of the one Indian guy my wife went out with before I met her. I was
Manish.
like, it was. I think it was actually pronounced Manish. I was like and we ran into that guy, and I was like, that fucking guy, and she was like, yeah. I was like, all right. So I was trying to break my mold. I was like, you did. Like, it's hilarious when I can look down at somebody. I'm like, what's up, little man? Like, scared. No, he seemed like a nice guy, actually. He was alone with 500 girls in an exam center, which caused him to pass out and work up a fever. God damn, bro, get out.
Jesus Christ, bro. Like,
oh, shit. They're everywhere. They had to swiftly rush him to a local hospital for a medical evaluation. Manish's father later told India TV that, quote, my son is a coward and can't get any pussy. Okay, that's not what he said. That's not what he said. He told India TV that the teen regained consciousness hours after passing out and was so shaken by the experience of being the only boy in a room full of girls that he could hardly speak and was, when asked what caused him to faint. Dude, that is so sad.
You can just say you ain't study for the test.
Oh, shit, I can't stay away.
There's too many women in here.
These girls are ruining me. It's unclear how the student wound up in a room full of girls for the math exam, but authorities believe that he must have accidentally put down his gender as female on an application form. Right. The mistake may have not been his, but he apparently had time to rectify it after seeing the gender on his admission card. Okay. So he has something called gynophobia, the irrational fear of women, aka Andrew Tate's disease, or if he's simply just he's just simply incredibly shy. So there you go.
I feel like in 13 years I'm going to be on Oddity Central.
No.
I just got that feeling, guys. I just got that feeling.
Well, in fairness, a couple of years ago, your father could have said the same thing. Like, that nigga gonna end up on Odyssey Central too.
I mean, look, when you're right, you're right.
It's a circle of life.
Out because he was around too many women. Gynophobia is the irrational fear. Is that what all these fucking podcast niggas got? Because I mean, that's what it seems like. There's a bunch of niggas with gynophobia. Okay,
yeah,
that's a new word. I
mean,
hey,
that's good. Yeah, we got a name that we can give it now.
Yeah, a bunch of gynophobes.
Yeah, damn gynophobe.
Yeah, what is it?
And nobody knows what it means, so like you could really fuck with people.
Well, they would think you're referring to them as having like titties, like gynecomastia. They're like, whoa.
You think they know what gynecomastia is?
They've heard.
No,
Andrew Tate has probably talked about it.
They'll probably think it's like a fear of an OBGYN. Like that.
I mean, it basically is kind of like that. Not afraid of them. I've seen a girl naked once. Yeah, all of the manosphere is just full of gynophobes and pick-me's. Amazing. Trailers this week. First one up, The Pope's Exorcist.
No, I ain't watching this.
You scared?
Yeah, I am. I don't deal with spooky shit, and I don't deal with religious shit.
Look, I would have been. Did you finish watching this trailer?
No, I saw.
Yeah, I didn't think so because it's like it's doing its best to try to ape The Exorcist, but then it just goes off the fucking rails, and I was like, yeah, I'll see this. This looks ridiculous. Like, okay, yeah, okay. Like this is fine. It looks silly to you.
Yeah, like you said, towards the end, it just looks. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas are doing too much. Like that, it looks like an action movie. What are you doing?
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's how I know you. That's how I know Mike didn't watch the whole trailer. That's what,
I'm gonna have to rewatch this.
I'll watch it because it just looks ridiculous. But yeah, it doesn't look scary.
No, it just
The Exorcist is still to me one of the scariest movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
Absolutely.
Why are there explosions?
Right, exactly.
Like, what are you doing? It's like Constantine. Yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah, it does tell me though. Like, it does remind me of how much I really like Russell Crowe. Like, I just do as an actor. I really like him. He's fun to watch.
Do you think it would be? Do you think this will top his magnum opus?
No.
No.
The movie that Terrence inexplicably hates, Unhinged.
No.
I don't hate that movie. What are you talking about?
Oh, I thought you hated it.
Like, that movie is silly as fuck. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
It's a light tap. Damn near neighborly.
Like,
beep, beep, beep. Yo, he was a fucking
movie was out of
psychopath.
control.
Everything about that movie was nuts. I loved it. I love that movie. It's so stupid. Next up, The Boston Strangler. This looks very good. It has like a very like Zodiac vibe to it. To me,
yeah, it's another gynophobe movie.
Yeah, too many ladies.
All these men are not going to go see it because it's about a woman trying to take down a fucking serial killer, and we all know women can't.
Mm-hmm. A woman trying to take down a man doing his job.
Right. All he was doing. It's not a big deal. Yeah, this looks very good actually. And this is this is a Hulu original film with Keira Knightley. Look, Hulu is trying. Yeah, I know where the fuck has she been for a while? But Hulu's been doing pretty good at coming up with original stuff as of late. So I'm interested.
It's like a go-to for me over the last couple months, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because it used to be anything like Hulu original was just garbage. Like you could dismiss it out of hand. But yeah, they seem to have gotten a couple of really good programs as of late. So in the last year. So all right. I bet I can guess who the Boston Strangler is because I just saw just a moment of a certain actor. he's big enough that he would be the person who would play the Boston Strangler, and he's small enough of an actor that you wouldn't notice him unless you were really close paying attention to this trailer. So I have my guess. I won't say who it is, but I'm betting that guy plays the Boston Strangler. Last but certainly not least, Sisu. This is a Finnish trailer about an old man who is really good at killing Nazis. Yeah, this looks great. Can I watch it more than once? This is by the same people who did John Wick, apparently. Same studio. Yeah. Looks like a lot of fun. Looks like a gold miner finds some gold. He's a couple hundred miles away from the nearest bank. It's 1944. He gets stopped by some Nazis, and they try to steal his gold. And he's like, you know what? Nah, fuck this. And then he just starts murdering all of them. And there's a dog involved. That's how you know it's somewhat reminiscent of John Wick. Yeah. He stabbed a guy with like a fucking Rambo knife in the head.
Yeah, I was not expecting
his fucking head.
I was not expecting this level of violence in this trailer. This was a pleasant surprise.
This did not tell me it was a Red Band trailer.
No, it did not.
It was just there. I'm like, God damn. Yeah, this looks dope.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun, and I did appreciate the quotes from people who've reviewed it, and they were like, "This is the most fun you'll see destroying Nazis," or something like that. I was like, all right. The dude has like he's got a shield, like, you know, reminiscent of like Wonder Woman. Yeah, this looks fucking fun, man. I don't know who this old dude is, but he's a fucking badass. So yeah, all right, cool. Killing Nazis. I mean, that's never gonna get old for me. I'm sure it's offensive to someone, but I could watch Nazis get murdered every day. Really?
Yeah, that's why they were villains in movies for a very long time. And still are. Because, like, if you got a problem hitting a Nazi, you're a Nazi.
Yeah, or you're...
Yeah.
Or you what was it, the New York Times story? Is it okay to hit a Nazi? Answer, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we had a whole fucking war about it, guys. Whole war about it. Like, it was cool. I did appreciate him throwing a mine and it hitting a guy in the head and exploding. That was great.
That was so stupid.
Yo, that's all I want from my action movies, yo. I just want to see something I haven't seen before. I don't even care about the story. I just want to see some shit that I haven't seen before on film.
That was not a thing I had seen before. Certainly not. It's like, blink.
It looks like he takes a pickaxe to a fucking plane wing somehow.
Yes.
And it affects the, like, all right. Never seen that either.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Cool with it.
Yeah, this is gonna be fucking nuts.
Yeah. This is 100% on my radar of things I definitely want to watch. I don't know when this comes out. It says coming soon. Can't get here soon enough. All right. That is it for us this week. Any parting words?
Shazam.
There you go. Thank you. Did you guys watch, just quickly, have you guys watched the latest episode of The Last of Us?
I have. Yep.
Is it very good?
Yes.
All right. I haven't seen it yet.
Yes. I went back and I watched the Black People episode. And,
yeah. Did it make you sad?
Yeah, it did. But I was pleasantly surprised when that woman died. I didn't. Yeah, that was like, oh, okay, this almost makes it worth it, you know?
Yeah, I was good with it.
Because she was a real bitch. She was really good at her job.
Yeah,
she played that role excellently. Everybody's fucking nailing it in this show. Just period.
They are.
Yeah. Episode 6 was really good. I'm fluctuating as to which episode is my favorite, because episode 3 is like everyone's favorite episode.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like after 4 and 5 and 6, I don't know which one is my favorite so far.
I mean,
like I really liked 4.
4 was really good, man. 4 was really
5
good.
was really fucking good too.
Wait, which one was 5?
This one. 5 was the Negroes.
5 was the black people episode.
Wait, so 3? Okay, 3 was the
gay
right.
episode.
3 was the gay rednecks.
I mean, look. like
they are gay rednecks.
I'm trying to give it to people the way that I know they're thinking about them. You know what I mean?
Like,
Nobody remembers the episode titles.
Yeah, gay preppers, gay rednecks. Pick one. That's to me, that's like the most heartfelt episode. But then, okay, so then 4 was just when they had to shoot out, right, and survive that one.
Yeah,
right, and then and then 5 is with the brothers, the black brothers,
Henry and Sam,
yeah, that one was heartbreaking. Every week I'm like, can they top it? Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and top it. We're gonna make it real sad.
Yeah. 4 was, I like 5. I really liked last week's episode. 6 was really good, and my girl Regina Wesley was in there too. So
yeah, she was, man.
She's playing Maria. This one was more like they throw so much emotion in this fucking show, man. Like that's that monologue that Joel has with his brother when he's in the little shed.
Yeah,
like, come
on, man.
Like, look,
and some of the stuff, some of the speeches,
really fucking good.
Some of the speeches taken directly from the game, like the exchange between Joel and Ellie is that's verbatim from the game.
I always like when people put videos of that stuff together, like after the episodes. Those are kind of fun to watch because I've never played the game.
You were right, Terrence. They are in the show. They are making Joel out to be way more sympathetic and way more likable. So I'm wondering how I'm going to feel when we get to the end.
Like you can't follow these two and have him be a fucking psychopath through 9 episodes like you are in the game.
Right.
Like, because in video games, you're just shooting people in the head nonstop.
Right. Like there's a cognitive dissonance that we all just kind of accept.
Yeah.
Right. Like, but like, nah, yo, like, like you're going around killing these people too, man. And, and Joel in the show is much more likable, much more, relatable. Like I actually kind of like this Joel, and I do not like the game Joel. I really don't.
Is this the best video game adaptation?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is by leaps and bounds. Because it's adapting a video game that is story first, video game second.
Right. I was gonna say it's already kind of been TV series itself.
Yep.
It'll be really interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see what Amazon does with like God of War. You know what I mean? Like when you have something like this, like do they just go like stupid fun and kind of meaningless, like just a good time, or do they try to put some like real seriousness to it?
You got to put some seriousness into it, because it's like if you're doing stupid fun, that was Spartacus. Okay, like that was
your brain falling out of your face. Yeah, it's Spartacus.
Right. That was God of War back then, right? Like
that was the original God of War.
Right. That was the original. Like
going on with his son or the trilogy prior. Because if you're doing the trilogy, then it's just going to be like Sisu, like niggas get murdered in ridiculous ways. But if you're doing this reboot, then it's going to have to be like a Last of Us type thing, because there was an actual very good story. I haven't played the second one yet, but in the first God of War with him and his son.
Yeah, apparently it's based on that God of War. God of War 4, I guess, right? So, it'll be interesting to see which route they go. I hope they take a level of seriousness to it. I mean, it doesn't have to be nearly as depressing as The Last of Us is, which is so fucking good. But I am very interested to see if this is like, are we entering into this era of video game adaptations of like, take this shit really super seriously. Like you can do your Sonic and shit like that, but this kind of stuff, like you could go heavy on it. And like, which ones will they mine after that? Like Heavy Rain or some other like hyper serious games.
God, please don't do any David Cage. Don't do any of them. Jay, there was a game called Detroit Being Human where
I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
Human beings and androids are kind of at odds with one another, and it was a very obvious allegory on race relations to the point where they get Jesse Williams to play one of the androids. To play the android that leads the revolution.
All right. All
right, yo.
Sit down. Sit down.
Just no art whatsoever, yo. Just get out of here.
I understood that.
Get the fuck out of here.
I understood that reference.
Jesus Christ.
That's really, really lame. Yeah, that guy was like really the Negro of the moment until like apparently like he showed his dick at one point. And people were like, all right, we're done with you, Jesse. Right? Like they're like, all right, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. We got it. All right, that's it.
Last of Us is great. This is so fucking good.
Yeah, look, if you haven't watched Chernobyl, you should. Like done by the same guy. It's fucking amazing.
He wrote what's that fucking stupid ass comedy? The first one was very good. But then the last two were kind of ridiculous. The three guys. Damn it.
The Hangover?
I can't remember. Yes. Craig Mazin. He wrote The Hangover.
He wrote The Hangover?
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't that amazing? Like Adam McKay wrote, like he's done a bunch of Will Ferrell movies, but he's also done what was the housing movie he did? The housing.
The Big Short.
The Big Short. Like it's an amazing film, and he was just like, yeah, but also like Ron Burgundy. like it's just weird. But
and you ever notice how like comedians can be serious, but it ain't. But you can't
go the other
do
way.
It the other way.
Nope.
Yeah, you should listen to the latest episode of. I don't know if it's the latest episode, but God damn it, I can't remember his name. I was listening to a podcast earlier. He was on the black guy that wrote for the Daily Show.
Larry
Wilmore, on his
Larry
podcast.
Wilmore.
He had Craig Mazin on. Actually, he wrote the Hangover Part 2 and 3. So he wrote the bad ones.
See, that's even worse. Yeah, that's even crazier.
But yeah, he was on there and he was talking. They said the exact same thing. Comedians do drama very well. And he's like, he gets comedic actors to do his dramas. That's why he got fucking Nick Offerman to do that third episode of The Last of Us. Yeah. Because they're better at it.
They're better at it because like you got to be able to you know how you have to be really like in tune with tragic shit to be able to make fun of it.
Yeah, you have to have a very interesting perspective on life to do that.
Like a lot of comedy comes from tragedy. That's what they say. So
yeah, well, it's tragedy over time, right? Tragedy over time. But it's funny. Like, what was it? Ray Romano had that line. He was like, "If I was hugged as a kid, I wouldn't be up here doing this."
Right. Like, which means my son is going to be the most unfunny person in the world.
That's probably why all these new niggas ain't funny.
Yep, that's why none of them are funny.
Gave him too much love.
Nobody doing a TikTok dance is funny. None of y'all. None of them.
That is correct. I was thinking, and then I'm like, yeah, no, that calculation is correct. It's not funny. Three old black dudes on a podcast complaining of how kids today, they're not funny because their parents hugged them when they were kids. Yeah, all right.
Some of y'all don't even say a word. Y'all just give funny looks while other people are saying stuff.
No, you know what? No. Look, I'm going to tell you right now before we end this show. That's more of older people doing that, which drives me crazy. You're right. Because they don't know how to make their own shit, so they're just like, I'll just eat this other shit. I'm like, yo, just get off the platform, yo. Just get off the platform.
Like, is that fair use? I feel like that.
It does feel like you're just stealing people's content, yo. You're not doing it.
Like YouTube, like is really big on fair use. You got to say something to make it fair use, and these niggas are just sitting there like.
That's why they're on TikTok. That's a Chinese company. They don't
do.
Steal that property. That's what we do. Like, all right. Good job.
We steal it from y'all. You steal from them.
And nobody gets paid. All right. That is it for us. We will see you guys next week.
Shazam!
I hate you.